Hello students, today in this lecture we will continue our last topic, that is nitrogen fixation, with our second method, biological nitrogen fixation. The biological nitrogen fixation occur with the help of some specific bacteria, for example rhizobium and all. The rhizobium belongs to the family Leguminosae. So now let me start the biological nitrogen fixation. Which agencies help in the biological nitrogen fixation? So the biological nitrogen fixation occur by the help of the following agencies like symbiotic bacteria, non-symbiotic bacteria, yeast, BGA, etc. BGA stand for the blue-green algae, for example, cyanobacteria, nostoc and all. The symbiote, first of all, symbiotic nitrogen fixation. The symbiotic nitrogen fixation occur with the help of specific bacteria, that is Rhizobium leguminosarum. And this Rhizobium leguminosarum is also known as Bacillus reticola, which is belong to the family that is Leguminosae. And the symbiotic bacteria found in the root nodules of the member of the family that is Leguminosae. And firstly the term arises, that is root nodules. The root nodules are the site of the nitrogen fixation in plants. As like that, you all know that the site of photosynthesis is chloroplast, which is also known as plastid, and the chloroplast to plastid is a semi-autonomous organelle. So like that, the photosynthesis site of chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis, same as like root nodules is the site of the nitrogen fixation. And the most important bacteria is the Rhizobium leguminosarum, also known as the Bacillus reticola. So firstly we will discuss about the root nodules. What are the root nodules? What is the role of the root nodules in the nitrogen fixation, and how the rhizobium get enter in the root cortex and form the root nodules? So firstly, the root nodules are the site of the nitrogen fixation with the help of specific bacteria, that is Rhizobium leguminosarum. And these is the root nodules are present on the primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary roots of the member of the Leguminosae family, which are formed as like that in the bulging or swelling like appearance. The root nodules appear on the roots like a swelling portion, like a bud like outgrowth appeared on the outer surface of the roots. And the primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary roots, all roots are closely attached to the each other, but those roots which arise from the base of the stem hanging downwardly in the soil, and these roots are known as the primary roots. And these primary roots are also called the taproot. And the primary root further differentiated and get divided to form the secondary root. The secondary root further differentiated and get form the tertiary root, and same procedure will be continued. This tertiary root get differentiated to produce the quaternary roots. So all these roots have the root nodules, and the size and growth of the root nodules depend upon the cell division and the cell enlargement. Both terms are different to each other. Cell division is the term in this, the cell get divided from 1 to 2, 2 to 4 and all. And in the cell enlargement, the cell get enlarged in size. So firstly we will study how the root nodules are formed on the roots. This is the stem, and those roots which arise from the base of the stem are hanging downwardly towards the gravity in the soil, and these roots are known as the tap root and primary root. And these primary root get further differentiated and produces the secondary roots. These secondary roots further differentiate, produces the tertiary root, and these tertiary root get differentiated and produces the quaternary roots. So all these roots, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary roots, all are having the nodules, and these root nodules having the appearance as like that, this bulging appearance, this bud like outgrowth on the surface of the roots. And this is the complete structure of the nodulated root. So let me discuss how the Rhizobium bacterium get enter into the cortical cells of the root and form the root nodules. So let me start. Firstly, the Rhizobium leguminosarum bacterium penetrate to the cortex of the root through the infection thread. This infection thread is present in the root hair. You all know about that. What is the root hair? Root hair is the structure which is help in the absorption and fixation of the root to the surface या फिर substratum, and these root hair also help in the entry of the rhizobium bacterium up to the या फिर cortical cells. The cortical cells of the roots are stimulated to divide more vigorously and to form the root nodules of the roots. So neither bacterium nor plant can alone the fix nitrogen, because nitrogen fixation is actually a outcome of the symbiotic relationship between the two organisms. So, and these, now this is the diagrammatic view of the formation of root nodules stepwise. The first one is, this is the root hair. You all know about the root hair, the function, help in the gaseous exchange, absorption and all. The root hair, these small large size particles indicate the soil particles, and the small colonies represent the rhizobia which are present in the soil, and this is the cortical cells of the root. And in this, when the rhizobium get enter in the root hair, so which point where from which the enter rhizobium into the root hair, this point is known as the invagination point. And during the entry of the rhizobium into the root hair get curled and like a hook like appearance. This is the rhizobium bacterium, and this is the entry of the rhizobium into the root hair, and this is the invagination point. And at the invagination point, the formation of a thread like structure in the root hair, and this thread like structure is known as the infection thread, which is formed in the root hair, inside the root hair. And this infection thread get enlarged in size and reach up to the cortical cells of the root. Within the infection thread, the rhizobium also reach up to the cortical cells and help in the formation of the root nodules, as like that. Now you all know that these cortical cells, the cortex is only present in the internal structure, only shows in the internal structure, not shows in the morphological या फिर external structure of the root. And this is the internal structure, this is the outer layer. You all know about that internal structure of every root. This is epidermis and epiblema. Both terms are same, but in case of stem and leaf, the outer layer is known as the epidermis because the epidermis is surrounded or protected by the outer thin layer, that is cuticle. But in case of the root, the cuticle will be absent, so the term is changed, that is epiblema. And the just inner side of the epiblema is the cortex. Now this is the endodermis, this is the pericycle, phloem and the xylem. The phloem and the xylem both are the vascular tissues and help in the translocation of the food, nutrients, mineral ions, and transportation of the water from upward to downward and downward to upward direction. And on the outer surface of the epidermis, this is the root hair is present, and root hair, you know about the function, help in the absorption gases exchange, like that the stomata. And the within the root hair, infection thread is also present. The infection thread and bacterium get stimulate the cortical area, and this cortical area, this stimulated area get bulge outside and help to form, to indicate the formation of the root nodule. And this is the complete formation of the root nodules in the cortical cells of the root. And this is the complete structure, complete procedure stepwise, how the root nodules get formed with the help of a specific bacterium, that is rhizobium. After the formation of the root nodules, a segment of root nodules observe the presence of a specific pigment, and the pigment is appear in the pinkish color. And after the observation, this pinkish color which is found that the lag hemoglobin, and this pigment is present in the root nodules, and this lag hemoglobin same function as like that the hemoglobin, and so this is closely related to hemoglobin, and the lag hemoglobin is believed to facilitate the transport of oxygen to the cells of the nodule for the purpose of the oxidation of the pyruvate. And like the hemoglobin, the lag hemoglobin also is a oxygen scavenger. So the fixation of nitrogen is done with the help of some specific nitrogen fixing genes, and these nitrogen fixing gene is also known as the NIF genes, and these NIF genes produces a specific enzyme which help in the fixation of the nitrogen, that is the nitrogenase. And the lag hemoglobin combine with oxygen and protect the specific enzyme, that is nitrogenase.